Hey, I'm Bill Woolsey with the FiveTwo Network here tonight, and I'm with David Carlson of Life Impact, a wonderful ministry. And David, thank you so much for being with us.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here.
So David, tell us about yourself, tell us about Life Impact and how you got there and what all you guys do.
All right, well, Life Impact is a ministry that provides hosted spaces that are safe places for people in ministry to get away to rest and be encouraged and renewed with a caring person there to talk for them.
And are these primarily in U.S. cities then, I would guess?
Well, we have 17 oases around the globe right now. 12 of them are in the U.S., but 4 are in Europe, and we have 1 in Costa Rica.
Oh, I want to go to Costa Rica.
Right?
So you you serve then missionaries, pastors, people in ministry, and you give them a place to regroup or rejuvenate.
Yes, exactly. Step away from their everyday lives, their team, the culture that's around them, and provide them a neutral, confidential third party who is just there for them and there for their good, and to ask, hey, what challenges are you facing right now? How can I bring you into the presence of the Lord with that? Give you 3 days of personal silent retreat if you want, or I can structure it more. It's whatever your need is, and want to get you back on the field and doing what you're supposed to be doing.
That's wonderful. It's phenomenal. So David, what would you say that the people that y'all serve, that Life Impact serves, what are some of those huge challenges that they tend to face?
Yeah, well, there's a number of things, but I would say most common is just people who are in the grind, who think they have to keep doing what they're supposed to be doing because there's no alternative. They've been sent, right? Sent for a purpose. And so it's kind of nose to the grindstone thinking, or do it on my own sort of thinking. And so the chance to actually step back and away is the very medicine they need.
It's almost like a burnout issue. They're hitting a wall issue, and I've been a pastor a long time, but we tend to forget that command to rest.
Yes.
We forget the need for rest and how important that is in restoring our soul.
Yeah, exactly. And we want to be accessible. That's why we have 17 of them now in various places so that they're accessible to people, hopefully relatively accessible and be able to get that care that they need, the rest that they need.
You know, if some of our listeners or those watching this, help me understand if maybe I'm somebody who could use your services. Are there certain traits or characteristics that you kind of see or somebody should pay attention to?
Yeah, really. We see ourselves as a resource for anyone in Christian work, lay leaders, pastors, missionaries, who could see this being valuable. We don't prescribe anything. We're not licensed counselors.
Sure.
We are here to serve, encourage, and strengthen. So I really think anyone fits in that category. My wife and I served in East Asia, running one of these oases for 5 years. And as we were leaving and coming back to the States, I was telling everyone around me, my one hope is that our legacy to you might be that you think about giving yourself time away twice a year just to think, listen to the Lord, and be renewed.
What was one of the most fulfilling stories for you in that time that you led it for those 5 years?
Yeah, well, one, I think of a team that was serving in a very challenging location, very rural. I can't divulge the location, but very rural and very much on their own. There was a team of 8 or 9 nationals who were doing this ministry, plus 1 American, and they'd been going hard at it for about a year. We were the first chance for them to stop and formed together as a team. We didn't do this on the side of the oasis, but we brought the same sort of principles of care. Come, get away, hear the Lord's voice for you, His love for you, the way you are His treasure. And what's a challenge that would make what you're doing for the past year sustainable for the next year? And the way they responded, they were saying things to me like, I would have never thought to do that on my own, except that you coached me into thinking this. And I'm like, I don't have any answers. I'm just here to help you find the answers. So that was one of the most gratifying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can imagine where the light bulb goes on that
Yeah.
you and I think it's not rocket science,
Right.
But for others, it becomes a beautiful spiritual time.
Yes.
So David, if our listeners are interested and say, wow, that's something I could use, or maybe their network, they're thinking with their network, I have people that could make use of this ministry. How do they get in touch with you? What do they need to do?
Yeah, all they need to do is go to our website, www.lifeimpact.care, C-A-R-E, and that shows a list of our location. There's a map view as well that shows where we're located and introduces you to the hosts that are called and gifted into the ministry at that location. And then from there, it's just a matter of looking at the booking calendar and submitting an inquiry.
This is like an Airbnb for
We like to
for
think so.
Christian ministry.
Yeah.
That is fantastic,
Yeah.
and what a beautiful ministry. Thank you so very much. And that's again lifeimpact.care,
Care.
C-A-R-E. Okay, so those of you who are listening, watching, take advantage of this because we all need rest, especially those Type A people who run. All right, thank you, David.
Thank you.